Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Morning Brews. On today's show, the international break and why players are not going. Stay tuned here. Welcome back to Tottenham on Tour, your world-famous morning news show with myself, the Kauff, and, of course, the Roadman, Mr. Dave. We're back together. We're doing a pre-recorded because, of course, this week I'm very busy. And as we're talking at this moment in time, I will be on a train to Watford to go to Harry Potter World with my other half.
Nice.
So, excuse me, everyone, for not being this week, but we got other things to do. But the boys on the channel have done fantastically well with keeping the channel open whilst I'm here. But Dave, how are you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm really good. The school's just started. You know what I mean? That's fun. School run, hate it. It's dreadful.
Yeah.
And
At this point, it's still causing contention.
Yeah. And other than that, tomorrow I'm going to help a mate in the morning to do his shed. Because apparently I'm a shed builder now, even though I don't know how to build a shed.
You do
And
not
we're
have to
rocking the
build a
house.
shed. You've built one.
I didn't build it. I just stood watching other people do it.
You still did it, Dave.
Well, yeah.
Everyone in the comments below, please give Dave a round of applause for his wonderful shed that he built. I haven't got a picture of it, but you can find one.
It looks all right.
On Dave's Twitter, Roadman on X, you can find pictures of his shed. But
I'll put a picture of the shed.
Without further ado, let's talk about the main topic of the show today. We're only going to do a 15-minute one today because there's literally no news to talk about. It's international football. But the main news of this international football week is players are not going. Players do not want to play in these pre-season games. They're basically jumped up friendlies because they are friendlies. You've got the list of all the players that are not going, don't you, Dave? You've got a list.
I'm trying to.
Well,
right, I'm trying to, and I do apologise about this, but technical difficulties, I can't find it. And I don't know why. But I don't think Saka's gone. I don't think Foden's gone. And there was someone else, I think, from
Mickey Van der Ven is not going, even though he's basically been past fit by the manager. He said it was only sort of a 90% fit. He's not gone to focus on his fitness. There are loads. Yeah. There are quite a few high-profile players not going to this preseason. I'm calling it preseason, and you can give me a bloopers reel. That's what Pep Guardiola called it. Pep Guardiola said after last game, okay, preseason is now gone. Now that we've got to the international football, now we can focus on the Premier League returning. And when you bring back international games, 2-3 games into a Premier League, it's not good, is it, Dave? It's just a waste of time. And people want to see club football again. We've had the Euros over the summer. We're fed up of international football. We want to see our clubs play. We want to see our boys playing every single week. And we want to get there, don't we, Dave?
Yeah, we do. And my issue with the international break is because we've got so many games at the moment, and with the new systems of the Champions League and the Europa, there's a lot of traveling. There's a lot of games, and I just feel like it's going to have a negative effect.
Places as well, Dave. If you look at our cup draw, we've got Roma. We've got to go to Scotland. I know people say Scotland. It's still, you're getting on a plane to go somewhere. You've got to go to Azerbaijan to play Karabakh. We're playing in Bulgaria as well, from what I remember. We are playing in some very difficult to get to places. I was like, oh no, but Kauff. It's not like they're flying on Ryanair or EasyJet and they've got all the kids with their buggies all going to Mallorca. It doesn't matter. It still means you getting on a plane. It still means you going to an airport and turning up, an hour, 2 hours before your flight. Yeah. It still means you preparing. It still means you packing your suitcase. It still means you getting adjusted to time zone. we might think it's first class travel, and we think it is first class travel. They got a private jet. You still travel, and travel, if you are not accustomed to travel, is not fun, is it? It's not.
No.
It's not plain sailing. And I don't know. Do South Korea have some games this preseason? Don't they? Are South Korea playing this preseason? We can look that. Sonny's got to fly to the other side of the planet. If you're playing for Argentina, you're flying to South America or wherever Argentina's playing. It's just not on. It's too many games.
Yeah. No, the next Asian Games, I believe, is Wednesday, 23rd of April, 2025. So
no, but when's next South Korea's next game?
Oh, South Korea. This is proper. This is how we do our morning brews.
Absolutely.
All mess. And it's great. It's fantastic. Tomorrow.
Well,
tomorrow against Palestine. Apparently.
Yeah.
World Cup qualifiers third right at 12 o'clock. So yeah.
So South Korea have to play in Seoul.
Yeah. Which, again, like you say, mate, this is the problem, right? Football now has become very, what's the word? Overcrowded with games, yeah? I don't get me wrong, we love watching football. But when you have too much of a good thing, it becomes boring. Last World Cup, last Euros was boring.
Yeah.
It was boring. And not just because Wales... Yeah, but not just because Wales weren't in it, right? And I had to watch England because of Emsey. But overall, it was just boring. Like you said then, players lethargic. Players don't want to play. Players going off with innocuous injuries and things like that. And it became a point where it was just like, what's the point? It wasn't entertaining.
Yeah.
So when you have too much of a good thing and it drags on and drags on and drags on, you're kind of just sitting there like, really? What's the point? I've not seen any England fans hyped up for the World Cup.
Yeah.
I've not seen the players hyped up. I'm not seeing barely anything. And I know at the moment it's just the friendlies and stuff like that. But there's been nothing about it because no one cares.
Yeah.
The Premier League is the Premier League. Yeah, right? I only care about Tottenham. When it comes to football now, it's Tottenham. These friendlies, I don't care about. What's the point?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like there's too many games and it's just getting to the point now where it's just so, you know, and when you're having bad football with your own team, Tottenham, it's even worse because you're just like, I can't be bothered. You know what I mean? It's just like that where you said, no, I'm not interested in the World Cup, mate. I don't care about it. I'm just interested in what Tottenham do.
Football. I want to see Tottenham play. Well, I do and I don't. Because that defending, unbelievable. But it's one of those things, isn't it, David? This needs to be removed from football, doesn't it?
Certain ones, yeah, but not. I wouldn't say removed from football. I think it should be spread out, right?
It shouldn't be 3 games into the start of the season.
No.
Sonny having to get in a flight all the way to Seoul to play in a World Cup qualifier. That I know. Again, he's going to be flying first class. That's still an 11-hour flight from what I remember. That's still a massive time zone difference. I think it's a 6-hour time difference, something like that in the future. 6 to 7 time hour difference. That is a long flight. To be able to deal with. And then he's got to come back 2 weeks later and he's going to be jet lagged again. That is immense strain on a player's well-being. And the people can say, oh, who cares? They're earning hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, millions of... They're still human beings. They still have stress and strain.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just that, but, you know, when you look at our squad, it's thinned out as it is, right? We haven't got the numbers to deal with any major injuries. Now, we've got a few players going out there. I think Romero's gone to, obviously, Argentina. Who else has gone out? I think Dragusin. He's there. Yeah. Kulu was Sweden. Bergvall's been called up to Sweden first team. Imagine even if half the players that we've sent out get injured, we're screwed. That's it. We're screwed. Our season is it would be a nightmare to try and fight back, and we're already in a precarious position.
Yeah.
As well with how we don't believe we're going to be able to do anything this. season. A lot of fans believe we're going to end up 10th or whatever it is.
Yep.
You start accumulating these injuries right now.
They're going to be right.
They're going to be right. And not just that, we got the North London Derby straight after this.
Yep.
If we end up going into the North London, it's worry, mate. It's a worry. For games that don't even mean anything. They're
Imagine
friendly.
Sonny breaks his leg tomorrow.
Me.
Or as it is, because we're filming on a Wednesday and it's being on a. If Sonny breaks his leg in the game today, when that's it. That's him for the rest of the season, and that's our talisman. That's our captain for the rest of the season, basically.
Yeah, and we're left with Timo Werner and Odegaard, who fans hate. So fans will sit there now.
No. But
what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is,
spicy show.
No. I'm not going into them rants and everything like that. I don't mean hate. I mean, okay, they don't rate him. Sorry, let me correct my wording. Fans don't rate them. Yeah. Right. Now the issue is, fans will probably criticize us for saying these friendlies and international breaks are pathetic or a joke, and they'll tell us, "Well, you're ridiculous. It's wrong," or blah blah blah. But then if they get injured,
I think people will agree with us for a change.
Probably, yeah. Well, hopefully. But then you got it on the flip side. If he was to get injured, or important players who are out there get injured, then the ones they don't rate are sitting there now, and they're gonna have to watch them for however long. Exactly.
It means Wilson is starting in the North London Derby.
Yeah, and I don't think fans would be much happy about that at all.
To be fair to them, I make them right. We don't, like, for example, I'm not gonna, my season ticket prices have gone up by 6%. I've not paid that much money to watch Wilson in a North London derby. I want to see stars. I want to see the best possible Tottenham team ready for a new season against our biggest rivals, to see, because that is a yardstick game for Tottenham. That is the yardstick, because when them lot came to the lane last season, they annihilated us. They didn't even get out of second gear, yet they were 3-0 up at half time. That's how bad we were. Imagine we start a North London. Yes, they've got no Declan Rice in that game, but imagine we start a North London derby with a front three of, let's say Sonny gets injured and Solanke's not fit. Who's going to be our? We can have, like, hypothetically, we could have Wilson on the left, we could have Kulusevski in the middle, and Brennan Johnson on the right. There'll be
that's scary. That's scary.
Yeah.
You know, and again, this is all hypotheticals and all that, right? But when it comes to the North London derby, that, for me, that's going to be make or break for a lot of fans. Majority of fans now, like me and Daigle did a show about Ange and Ange out, Levy's roundabout, right? You can go watch that and we discuss it. Where a lot of fans at the moment are on this perpetual circle, a roundabout, where some are Ange in, some are Ange out.
Yeah.
I think if we lose that North London derby in a really bad fashion, then them fans who are Ange in at the moment could start swaying to the other side.
There are three camps. This is again, I've said this in comment sections about, and people have tried to slaughter me. The Tottenham fan base is the most splintered fan base in the entirety of the Premier League, because we're all in these different camps. We're like my family at a Friday night dinner. Everyone wants something different. One person wants chicken, one person wants beef, one person wants vegetarian. Everyone wants a different meal, and they've got my poor mum at the stove trying to cook 5-7 dinners. This is the problem. We've now got Ange in, Ange out, and Ange doubt, am I calling it? Ange doubt. People that are not sold on the manager, and people that are not sold on the manager are more likely to go Ange out than they are Ange in. That's just the way of it. It's a teetered fence. They're sitting on the fence, but the fence has been set like that. It's in the wrong position because some dodgy builder built it. This is now that North London derby is what's going to tell us how this season's going to go.
Yeah, totally. The only thing I would say is a positive about this international break is hopefully we can get Solanke back fit. Yeah. Hopefully this gives us a chance to get him back fit. Van de Ven gets a break. Hopefully he comes fit. But the way we capitulated against Newcastle because of Van de Ven's injury,
Yes.
Right? Now, we screamed all window saying we need the left centre-back to cover for Van de Ven. Oh, a lot of people.
We need to adapt the tactics. You either bring someone in who can replace him, or you drop back 10 yards so the Dragishin will be comfortable in that role. But of course, we don't change, mate. We don't change.
Yeah, that's it. And we were saying that, but everyone's like, oh, but we've got Ben Davies. You know what I mean? Ben Davies, he's a servant to this club. The first game Van de Ven's injured, he puts Romero out of position, who had a dreadful game. He was not comfortable there whatsoever. And it just, the whole cohesion between the back four was just wrong.
Yeah,
everything was just wrong. So
and you could tell Romero being in that left centre back position, he was not being able to come up. He's not played with Udogie, which meant they switched off 3-4 times because he doesn't know where he is. When you build a connection with a buddy, you know where they are. You are telepathic with your buddy. He knows where Porro's going to be. They speak a similar language. It's supposed to speak Spanish, so they know where each other's going to be. It's this telepathy of defending, and without tactical change and massive tactical change of that. I mean, for example, not playing 2 inverted fullbacks, having one inverted fullback and one that does invert, and dropping back 10 yards. So you have that extra bit of space to be able to see the ball coming to you. But this is all injuries now. This is what's going to happen, and these are why these international breaks need to let teams settle before they split them apart again.
Yeah, exactly. That is that. Yeah, you know what I mean? 100%, mate. When it comes to it, if they allow the break, allow the season to start at least 10, 15 games.
15 games.
Then have the break. Then have that international break. 3 games in, a 2-week break. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, we lost against Newcastle. Fans were up in arms and like, oh, great. You know what I mean? International break came at the right time. But has it? Because now if we get extra injuries or we go into, it's not just a North London derby. We've got Brighton who are on fire. We've got United who are going to probably look to get, you know what I mean, gain points and stuff. We've not got the best of runs. And albeit we'll get players back, but for how long? Or what other players now, with the luck of Tottenham and how we are, what other players are going to get injured now in the international break? If Romero gets injured, if Kalulu gets injured, you know, what if Bergvall gets injured? That thin squad starts slowly getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And I said this to you, didn't I? In one of the Morning Brews, I think it was, where I said, when we were talking about the numbers and we both discussed this, that a squad's that thin, if we have a situation like we had at Chelsea, where we've got red cards and we've got injuries, we're just going to watch our season derail, but we're going to watch it at a hell of an earlier time.
Yeah.
Now, could that be a good thing or a bad thing? Because it gives us the rest of the season to regain points.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, this is Daniel Levy. And what Levy likes to do is look at a manager, go, ooh, the fans are booing. The fans are booing me.
I'm going to sack you.
Yeah, the fans are booing me.
New manager bounce will get us through the rest of the season and get Champions League football, and the cycle starts again.
With that roundabout, the perpetual roundabout that every Spurs fan's on. And it's just, this is what I mean. This is why I don't like international breaks so early. And to be fair, I don't like them at all. I don't like the African Cup of Nations, but what they did do this year is stop it for this year, and they're doing it in 2025 instead, which I think is fantastic.
I love that tournament. I love that tournament, but it's at the wrong time of year for a good reason, because it's so bleeding hot there. It's a fantastic tournament. It's one of the things I want more TV channels showing it, but I can't get involved with it because I want to watch Tottenham, not the African Cup of Nations.
That's it. Yeah, and
without us bordering on, we're going to start to wind down the show.
I've got one question for you before you do, mate. Yes. Just one question, right? Now, obviously, in our Europa group, we have a certain team, Galatasaray. Don't we? I believe it is, yeah? Yes. They've just signed Osherman. How they did that, I don't know. I don't know how they did it, but they've got Osherman. Listen, their deal is fantastic. They got Osherman on loan, right? With an option to buy or something like that. He gets a release clause that gets activated in January. Yeah. So he's only going to be there for like 6 months, 6 weeks, or whatever it is. How many months? We've got to play him. right? So you take Europe, which is the
versus our high line with 2 inverted fullbacks.
I thought I'd bring it home because a lot of Spurs fans on X have been talking about it, and they signed a good couple of players at Galatasaray. Fair play to them.
Going to Galatasaray away, it's one of the worst grounds you can physically go to. Their fans will be up for it. They will be up for it. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Literally, that's what they say. Welcome to hell. And they're a good side. They've got some good players in Davinson Sanchez. Yes. They've got.
He's going to have a masterstroke against us, mate.
Tongi and Ndombele is going to be the best player in the world if he's still there.
Oh no, he's there as well, isn't he? I forgot about that.
He is.
Oh no, mate, they're going to smash us like 7-0 in the first 5 minutes.
But
he's going to have a hat trick.
Let us know what you think about international breaks in the comments and in the live chat to the right if you're in it. Let us know what you think of what me and Dave are talking about. But we will be back tomorrow for another episode of Morning Brews, which will be probably another pre-recorded episode. But we've also got Evening Brews when it is available live with Mr. Daigle and Mr. Island, whoever's running the show. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a great rest of your morning and your day. Take it away, Davey.
Also, compliment us on our hats because we look smooth. Dominate me.
And as always, if you smell what the Kauff is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao for now.